Hello, everyone. Welcome back for day 12 of the Pranic World Festival. We're here at the Eden Pranic Center in Kaur, Italy, and we're so happy to welcome you back for this morning's speaker. For those of you who are wanting to listen in an alternate language, Ranjeet will be speaking in English. You can click the world symbol at the bottom of the screen and choose the language of choice that you want to listen in. For those of you who are online, you're welcome to type your questions for Ranjeet into the Q&A section at the bottom of your screen, and we'll get to those at the end of the presentation. So it's my great pleasure to welcome Ranjeet to speak to all of us here in the Eden Pranic Center and around the world online. Thank you for joining us, Ranjeet. Welcome.
The pleasure is mine. It's just so mine. Firstly, I just want to thank you. I think this is the last day 12, and wow, I can already feel so much energy and love coming from there. It's I've been feeling it all day. So thank you, and an honour to the light of everyone that's actually there, that have gone through 12 days associated with each other, being in that energy and that love, and listening to so many different speakers and taking home some great information that's going to help you. Yeah. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Ranjeet.
I'm happy to be guided in any way that you would like me to present. I feel there are some who already are aware of my story, and there are a lot of people that aren't aware of my story. There is a lot of videos and information out regarding myself. So what I thought that I would do is, number one, is if everybody can just feel their heart more than operating with this information coming through their mind. Allow the mind to actually sit back, right back, and rest in that space of just how it wants to be loved. Because I'm really going to talk about love nourishment and the aspect or the uniqueness that's been flowed through me in this journey. And we are all unique in our journey. There is no one way. There is all the way. So I'm just going to ask if any thoughts are coming up or anything like that, just to release them. And I'm just going to sound out some sounds that will flow out and also get me into the centered space, so I'm able to give in service to you all. And the receiving can be taken through your skin, through your fingernails, through the energy, the aura that's around you, that we can all unite in the heart. We can all unite in the love. That's where I like to take it now. So I'll just sing. And if any thoughts that come through, just allow them to be released through you and into the consciousness, to be dissolved into love, because that's who we are. We are pure love, and we are all dissolved. Do not hinder on the thoughts. Just allow them to go. And I'll just sing for a couple of minutes, because there's just so much love. Ese moje que se asa, emoe, aso ese, ari que sarama, mase, aso. Thank you for that. Thank you for receiving in all that you are. You are already a master releaser from the moment that you were already born. When you came onto this earth plane as your physical being, you were already releasing all, dissolving all in love. That is where you are. There is nothing to hold on to. If there is nothing to hold on to, there is nothing to let go of. There is no letting go because there is nothing there. Thank you so much. I just want to say, feel free to pop in at any time if anybody wants to ask. Just be yourself. Be who you really truly are, which is the pure love. There is all acceptance here in this space. Now, I refer myself to as the little Ranjeet, which is the little minds of who we are. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you. I refer myself as to the little Ranjeet, and I like to refer yourself to as the little you. And it is our childlike, and we are aware that we are children because of the curiosity, the innocence, the wonderment, and the love that we emanate from our beings of our light. So we are that as we know we truly are. And the little Ranjeet and the little you has the innocence, plus as the little you has been growing in the fallen states of the minds, and we may call them programs or different types of realms that we've entered into, our ancestral realms, a part of our DNA, you may call that. But look at yourself as your pure beauty and how you are here, because the narrow path is the arrow in the heart, To give yourself a little brief history of little Ranjeet is I never actually really fasted, and I never truly let go of food. It happened quite easily for me. I didn't really know about these certain things that many people talk about. Rather that I hunger and I thirsted for the one inside of me. I hungered and I screamed and I let go, I suppose, or never held on to my mind any longer. I had to dissolve myself. And that process has been happening from the moment the little you came onto this earth, even though we were not consciously aware of it. But we have been feeding of love nourishment before we entered the womb. The beautiful, pure, clean purity of our womb, which we all are. So I never knew about the mechanics of fasting, even though I had to learn to adapt the body. I was never interested in about letting go of food. In actual fact, I was more interested being married to the Divine One. Before I went through this, it's been 4 years of not consuming food rather than liquids, which is still the digestive system, wets, which is you don't use the digestive system, and then, of course, as they say, dry states, which is no consumption of any form of going into the mouth, but also no consumption of lots of other things, no reading, no following anyone, being a very minimalistic type of lifestyle, being more centered, not so much interested in the external aspects of the world any longer. The corporate language, the pharmaceutical language, even the words of the language of fasting, it's not interested inside of me. I wanted to commune with the one and only, the one in creation, which we all are, which is the divine one. Our natural state of being in that ecstatic bliss with the divine. And so my journey with the no eating process, I suppose, or food consumption has happened a few times in my life. And it may have happened a few times in your life as well. From your little child of little you as a child that wanted to play and not eat. And as you went through your preteens and you started to feel the ecstatic bliss even more richer, that you were in that place with the divine then as well. And many went through different forms of eating disorders. I remember the first time I accidentally fasted. It was an accident. And other people will know of this story. And it was when I physically died and I came back. And when I came back, 6 months, I ate an apple a day. And I did not know anything different. But I remember around my 16 and 17 as little Ranjeet, I was extremely happy, extremely joyful. I felt the presence. And I just wanted to melt into that presence. But as we view the fallen state of the mind with all its complexities, we look on the outside world and we forget to feel inside of us again, because everything is nourished from the inside. There is nothing that we have to do. And in that moment, I went into the world, such as careers, corporate career. A marriage of 20 years recently dissolved. Money, all those things that we chase to think, to please others, rather than pleasing the one that we really wanted to please, which is the one inside of us. That love, feel the love. It is no conditions on that love. You can only feel love. You cannot see it. You cannot intellectualize it. You cannot put descriptive words around love. It is why we are here. We are all one of that. That is the I am presence is in us all. We are pure love. And when we go into the external world, we go chasing and we go seeking and want to come back inside of us. We go traveling. We do all sorts of things to find something. But did we not recognize that what we found was already here, that it was already present in the forever ever? We all know this. You would know a lot more intellectually through scriptures, knowledge, information, even more than the little Ranjeet would know. The only difference is one is willing to surrender it all through the heart of gratitude. If we're willing to serve us, to trust in faith, to trust in the uncomfortable unknown, and to feel the power force of that conscious field force of energy through our body, which most people would fear that through the mind because they are scared of the power. And may I apologize, because sometimes what happens, it just all comes out very, very in flow, as we know. And I just give you so much, I just, it's so pure, this love. It's so pure. And this is the place that we want to be in, is in the love nourishment. And I understand and appreciate a lot that many of the people that have been through this Pranic World Festival are so aware of this information, are so aware of this knowledge. I want to really, really, really ask you something. I want you to ask yourself, who are you really? Who are you? Why are you here? Why are you here? Are you really hungry and thirsty for you? Are you truly in love with who you are, in love with love and the power force of it, the power force of love? To really feel that place. Forget about all the information at the moment. Who are you, you beautiful, beautiful beings of light? You are already nourished with the pranic, the words that you use, pranic. You are already nourished with all that energy. All the gifts and treasures will come to you. They're already inside of you. In my particular journey, I never did any practices. So I've done no such things as yoga or meditation or any of those practices, which are wonderful, of course, because it can help you as a guidepost. I gave myself completely, cried deep into the little flame that was in the lower part of my belly because I wanted to die again. I wanted my mind to die. I wanted everything to stop. I wanted to be with me, and I screamed and cried for that. And I kept falling and falling and falling. But my heart knew something. It knew I was going to be captured by the light. And it did that. It did that. And this isn't for everyone. So my meditative states is my way of living in my human form. I am the meditation. I am the breath. And I have everything inside of me. The sun, the moons, the planet, the cosmos lives inside of me, and it feeds and nourishes me. I could stay in one spot for many, many days and not need to go anywhere and be nourished. And after leaving the corporate world, or taken from me just before a while ago, about 7 years ago now, I screamed out for the Christ and the little flame that was inside the bottom of my belly. And I was taken for many hours of a day with being in that place. I did a 21-day so-called water fast in March 2018. And I felt it. I felt the light. And I said, but my body was hurting because it wasn't fully adapted, and I had some physical pain. And I let go of the water, and I said, take me to wherever I need to go. And I came across a helper, a guide in a way, with a group of people. And we mainly drank pasteurized juices and lots of dry fasting. And I did 108 days, but I said to Christ, I know that Christ, the I Am, did for 40 days. And I thought, well, okay, I can do 40 days, but we will be bigger and greater than that what is. So I continued 108 days. And then I had what was called, like, in the fasting mechanical world, which I don't agree with, is a 2-month break where I started to eat fruit, and I don't like eating fruit. I haven't done the normal pranic thing. I've just come from eating nutritional food, eating some meat and vegetables, and then I just came into this. Just in this particular part of my journey. So I couldn't cope. The body had adapted, and I wanted to continue with liquids. And I went it ended up being 511 days of not eating except for that 2-month break. And it was done. It was done, the physical adaptation and the emotional releasing. And I stay on liquids, and I do many, 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 many days of dries. I don't talk about how many dry days I do consecutively, because I find that it is a very sacred, divine experience when you are empty. And I live in the city, in Brisbane City, which is urban. I have a big family. I do not have children, but I have big family around me. And I run my own house. I run my own affairs, and I manage quite well. In the last year, I have gone through a process of me being so much not in this world, but even though I am in this world, but I've gone through a process of massive integration. So integrating all the lights and the sounds within my body. So I said to myself and the greater one in me, if you want me to live this way, I want to be with humans. I want to be with people. I want to love. I want to hug. I want to commune with this world. I want to be part of everything that it is. I don't want to live up in the mountains or nature for years and years. I want to be part of us and all of us. So I probably maybe done something in other people's minds that is very, very challenging. And for the mind, it is very, very challenging, very, very challenging to adapt the form in this way. But I want to say to you, it is possible. It is possible for everyone. And it is possible, women, for you too. Even when you have families and communities around you, you can still love. I don't talk about my lifestyle to people that are not in this lifestyle with me. If they ask me, I say, well, I'm spiritually fast. And what does spiritually fast mean for them? Well, I say to them, well, I don't have anything around new moon, full moon, and season changes. I work with the cycles. And the people that really care about you will appreciate that with you. They will only be concerned when you get to skin and bone, which happens to most people. But let me assure you, if you are living on light, your body will actually gain strength. My hair did go very, very weak and brittle. It is now strong. I have a stronger form. The soul knows. The soul always wants to keep you strong. Strong in your body, strong in your mind, and strong in your heart. That's a little bit of my journey. And I'm right into feeling all emotions, feeling everything, and not having any judgment on them. Feel it all and be grateful that you can actually feel that emotion. I remember many times in this journey, I used to have these high states of such joy and bliss. And if I had a moment where I felt guilty or anger, I loved it. I've nearly forgot about that emotion. I went, oh, wow, Ranjeet, you're angry. You haven't felt anger for so long. And it's like a whole new experience again to feel anger. But you're coming from the place of the observed one. When you feel these emotions, you're looking upon it. And you don't have to do, let me tell you this, you do not have to do the onion layer. You don't have to go to try and understand. You don't have to go to therapy. You don't have to even, I'm going to say it, you don't have to go to a healer. And the reason why is that you are whole and complete. You are already healed. It's just activating it. You are all whole. And really believing that. Because what the mind will do, the mind will borrow beliefs. It will borrow beliefs to get you there. But those beliefs are not true. They're not true. When you break down a philosophy, an ideology, a belief, a story, a thought, you come down to nothing. And all those things are just illusions, as we know. But you have to feel it. You can't intellectualize it. You have to truly feel that energy. I never did chakras or chakra tuning. I didn't even know what, being Indian, which is quite interesting. My cult is Punjabi, which is Sikhism. I never did chakras. I did only two things. One is I love to talk about, which is my favorite of all favorites, is the lower energy, the sexual energy, and the heart. And that was it. There was no anything else. And then I felt me entering into my light body, spirit body or energy body, which are like little tiny portals, if you want to call your cells, that lifts you out and you can feel the connection of the energy and lifts you out of your physical form into your light form. I was more into that for me. I wasn't into intellectualizing these other things. And I felt already, I already felt the bliss, I would say. I was very male in my corporate life, and I never really truly felt my female form. And only when I was a child, I felt that female magnetic energy. But when I came into this particular part of my journey, I felt the goddess energy. And my goodness gracious me, to be, I'm not saying this for, we're all male and female, but I can speak as a woman from a female form because I chose to come in this. Oh my gosh, is it so beautiful to be a female on this planet as a human, to experience that, to really experience your womb and to feel I call it the orgasmus state, which is that we are pulsating harmically with the cosmos and everything as we breathe. It is an orgasm. We are an orgasm. We are creation. And before I stopped eating food, I suppose, the consumption of that matter, it's been nearly 10 years of no physical penetration, so no physical sex. That, to me, from my stance, was more powerful than giving up the food, because the food was actually quite easy for me. That was it's a very powerful energy force. And the divine wants to come in and cleanse and clean the womb. And we all have wombs, male and female, we all have wombs. It wants to clean and cleanse everything. This is how you can actually really help your ancestors if you want, is by purifying yourself. And this is where I felt the flame, because I started to taste the nectar of God, the oil. And as the oil poured onto the flame and my heart being open, I had the first so-called Kundalini experience, which I didn't even know what Kundalini was. And that's very electrifying. And I've had many of those types of experiences, and they just come on, even in shopping malls, usually where there's a lot of people around. It just comes on. And my singing helps to bring on that energy as well, because it's very healing for the planet, as we know. And that particular divine magnetism and cleansing and purifying of the womb is so powerful. If there's a message I could bring out to everyone, is that because that happened before I let go of food. I found letting go of food wasn't a hard thing for me to do. But may I say to you, I never did this journey to heal anything inside of me, because I knew I was whole and healed. I did this journey for one reason only, that's to be with my soul, to have the ultimate love affair with myself first, so I could be a better human being for this planet. And we do operate in all different dimensions. For me, I went through my heart, the sun's inside of me, the moon's inside of me. I went through my sun, the heart, straight into the divine. It felt like you got the key to the kingdom, and went back into my body. I've never been really hurt by any of the realms, or haven't really gone into that focus. I have 3 angels with me that guide me a lot. And I remember the first time when I was entering the realms and seeing it with my visual eyes and visions. I have seen other visions before as well. I've had other mystical experiences, but in this particular journey, they said, do not look behind you, do not look back. You must stay within the light. And I did that, and there was never any fear. There's never any fear. Everything is true. There is telepathy, there is clairvoyancy, there is all these different types of energies. We can teleport. All that magic is there. But the interesting thing is that it's actually quite normal, because when you become more aware, consciously aware, you recognize that that is our normal, natural state of our being. I'm going to stop, because is there any questions?
If you would, I would like to hear more about you voiced the womb space and being in a female form. I can relate to this, but you mentioned also that men, beings in a male form, have a womb space as well. Can you expand on that a little bit?
Yeah, I love to. We've come and chosen our physical form here as a human. However, we are both male and female. Inside of us, we are both electrical and magnetic, if you want to use those words. And they operate inside of ourselves and in our belly, especially the lower part of our belly. It's just that we have different parts physically. And this is the first separation, because we are not separated, we are one. One of the first separations is man and woman. but we are both man and woman. And the man has a womb. It has that space. It has the capacity to feel its magnetic force and that energy within itself, in its energy, in its spirit body, in its light body. Because our physical form is not disconnected to that. It is all one within inside of us. The reason why we know this is because when you open up the heart, when you really open up the love, and you open up that state, as I call it, oneness, that connection that I am really you, and you are me, and those two beautiful men that are helping to do this connection and technology, I am them too, because I sit inside of them and they sit inside of me. If they weren't doing what they were doing and who they are, I wouldn't be here, and vice versa. So that's why they have wombs, because they're inside of us. And that's just so amazing to think that we are all that. That's why a male they have the most amazing experience with their energy. They have head explosions and orgasms, and if a physical man gets this, wow, man, this whole world would just be different, to not what we see right now. We would be in the pure state of love. I'm going to say something very definite and maybe controversial. There is no reason for physical primal sex, because we can birth souls through the energy and the light. And there is sex that is beyond the physical. And this is nourishment. It will feed you. I have oil that comes out of my eyes. I've been to an optometrist and I have evidence. I have glands, oil come out of my eyes. I'm 52 this year, and my hormones are perfect. There's no signs of any hormonal imbalance. My lumbar of my back is of a 30-year-old. I do get some things tested every now and then, and I'm sure there might be some genetics. Yeah. Thank you. So your question about the man, oh man, please realize you are so magnetic. When you are in your full male energy and electrical power, you are very magnetic in that female magnetism. And just feel the woman's heart. As for the woman, feel your goddess. The power that's inside of you is like, it's beyond anything that we can imagine or even see. But what we feel, if I use that word celibacy, when we really give our womb to the divine and we give it to creation, we are already continually creating anyway through our womb. We are always continually expanding together in the heart cosmos. It's always happening. I can really share so many more experiences, but we have a short time here. The one thing I would love to say that has been the most important part of my journey in this journey is the intimacy. It's the surrendering into the intimacy and being taken by the divine, not taken by another human being, but taken by the divine. And I'm not saying that a man and a woman or whoever needs to come together, but when you two people come together and they're in that cosmos divine intimacy, what do you think's going to happen? I'm going to swear, it's going to be fucking incredible. We will literally in a moment, instantaneously, this whole earth is not here. The fallen state's not here. Just by that alone, can you imagine no pornography, no sex trafficking, no food, none of that would ever happen, because you'd be living on the ultimate source of nourishment, which is love. Sorry. Oh, I can go on. This is my powerhouse. This is my fire.
Thank you so much, Ranjeet. I'm sitting here going like this and like this simultaneously. Thank you.
Oh, this is my fire. Can I say one
We've
thing?
had many questions too.
Yeah, I've got one thing. We don't get penetrated from the outside in. We get penetrated. It's the inside out. We penetrate inside out, not the other way around. It's always the flip. It's always the flip. You are creation. You are the divine. You are the fire. You are the passion. And you are here to love greater than you can ever be. And the only way you're going to get to that is to freaking get rid of all the distractions in your life and follow you. Stop reading books.
Wow, thank you so much, Ranjeet. I know you can only see my face right now, but there are many gathered here, and we're all.
Is there?
Yes. So there's gathering under the trees. There's many of us that are looking at you right now. So you can.
Can I see me?
Yes. Everyone can see you. Your image is being broadcast.
Oh my God! Can I just speak to them? I love you so much. I know they can't speak English. I love you so much. I love you so deep. I just want to hug us all. I'm going to come there next year. Please come back. I love you. You are so beautiful. You are so precious. You're so unique. You know everything. I am not a teacher, and I don't learn anything. I am as it is. Purity. When you get the thing about the fire in your tummy and you really get it, you will purify everything inside of you. Everything is gone. There's one more thing I'm going to say. There is 3 ways in this journey. There's 3 ways that I've kind of sort of been told. One is you do practices. You do meditation, you do yoga, you do all that sort of stuff, and you bridge your way in. The other way, which is my way, I call it, you just surrender. You just completely let go. I lost everything. I lost all my money. I didn't lose. It was taken. 20-year marriage, everything gone. I was stripped to absolutely zero. I could not buy. I had $0. It was interesting. I was looking to sleep in trees. Anyway, I love trees. They're such beautiful beings. But from that, God, divine says, I will look after you because you are my child. You are my daughter. And I've already recreated very, very fast. Abundance is everywhere. It's everywhere.
Thank you, Ranjeet. You said there were 3 ways in. One was the practice.
Yes.
Your way was
mine is the practice,
surrender.
And doing them both together, which is what most people will do, is to try and do it together. The reason why is because the power that comes through the body is so intense. It could actually, and it has happened, it could burn you up. You could explode. So you need the mind to build some resilience and to help you through that, because the mind some people can go psychotic, you could lose it. So you have to have that relationship with your soul. That's why I've got a group that's called Deep Dive into the Soul. It's about building the love affair with yourself and who your soul is. And then the soul will guide you, and it doesn't matter what fasting system you do. It doesn't matter. Nothing matters. It doesn't matter. Nothing matters at all.
Thank you so much, Ranjeet. Beautiful comments that this is so wonderful. They love you, that this is amazing what you're saying and sharing. Thank you. So someone has written into the chat a question. They said there's something that is named sex with Eros relating to dark night of the soul. And they want to know if you're familiar with this.
I probably may not know the intricacies, but there is something about the lower parts of the realm. And there is this, I could be wrong in saying this, I have heard about all sorts of things. I didn't even know about Tantra till a few years ago. I've heard all these things. And what's been guided to me is if you don't have the heart of the light inside of you when you go into the lower realms of the fire, there is lots of dark stuff there. And many people say, oh, sometimes you need to go to that. Okay, for example, submission, for example, right? Let's talk about that. Submission isn't for another human being. Submission is for the divine. It's devotion to the divine. So what I find is what the other stuff does, it corrupts the mind, because we are here to serve other people in love. And there is no, it's an energy force that people have like an illusion to. It's there, it's real, but it's not your place. Your place is to actually be the healing of the whole, like the oneness. And we are ever dissolving everything through our womb. So we dissolve and create like this infinity loop that continues through that place of dark and light. But it's like astral sex some people have. Someone asked me once, I didn't even know what that was. And then my heart said to me, no, they're not the energy places or the realms that you go visit. That is not, that's actually more harmful than physical if you're not really careful about what you're doing when you're playing. That's why I don't agree with just opening up the third eye. You need the heart and you need the fire, because you need to keep burning that stuff up through you, because if you just go through the third eye, which is still important, you enter realms that you may not be protected in. And that's why you need the heart, because it creates a field strength around you, like a protection or a thick oil that is around you. And you require that in this journey. That's why you've got to be careful. Be really, really careful what you listen to.
Beautiful. Thank you so much, Ranjeet. Fabio, do we have any questions from our live audience here at the Eden Pranic Center? I'm just going to pause for a moment to see if we have any questions from those that are gathered here. Okay, no. We're just soaking up everything you're saying here while we're listening. Thank you so much, Ranjeet. Do you have any last words to share with us? Okay.
There is a lot I can share, and thank you to the interpreters and the translation people. You are so blessed by doing what you're doing. Oh, there they are. Oh, hello. Oh, Nicholas, I'm coming next year, Nicholas. I'm coming. I love you so much, and I love Raffaella. I just love you. You're my family, right? You're my family. Yeah. The only last words I want to say is this one. Take the narrow path. Take the narrow path. Take the eye of the needle. Because when you really condense that light, really, really strong and intense, really intense, you will feel the expansion of the heart. and you want to have the male and female, you want to have the orgasm state. That's how you get it, because the electrical force will blow you apart and you will explode into massive bliss and orgasms.
Thank you so much, Ranjeet. We're all fully lit here with your presentation. Thank you. Such gratitude for you. I'm picturing
I wish I was
these.
there.
Well, you're always welcome. Please do come. Yeah.
Can I come? I'm going to come.
I'm thinking of, yes, please. I'm thinking right now of these images. They have the, like Kirlian photography, where you can picture the energy aura of something. And the menhirs that are on the planet, the standing stones, they have the aura and it's shooting the energy out the top. You can see it. You've made me think of this. And I think we're all like this naturally.
We are. Yeah. We are.
We're all standing on the earth like this.
Yeah. Oh,
thank you so much, Ranjeet, for joining us.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for having me with everything. Oh my God, thank you so much. I honor you. I honor you all. And thank you for everyone listening, giving me their energy and time. I'm so grateful for you all. I thank you for meeting me. Thank you for making me part of your family, everything. And thank you to the technological guys. I love people that can do that, because I can't.
Thank you so much.
I have to learn how to speak I have to learn how to speak Italian and Spanish.
Exactly. Thank you so much, Ranjeet. It's been such a pleasure. We're very happy to always welcome you here at the Eden Pranic Center, and again at the Pranic World Festival next year for sure.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Oh, bye. Love you. Bye. Bye.